Today we're going to take a look at the Spider-Gwen Omnibus by Jason Latour. It has a 1,224 page count and the cover price of $125. The next giveaway is worldwide. One lucky winner will win the X-Men Omnibus Volume 1 DM variant Jack Kirby cover. You'll also get a Powers of X Issue 1 Diodato 1 in 200 Virgin variant, as well as King Spawn #1 Greg Capullo Raw Sketch variant. To win, you must be subscribed to the channel, like and comment on a video where I promote the giveaway. When we hit 750 subscribers, I'll pick a random video and then use a random comment generator to pick the winner. Good luck! So this is the standard edition of the Spider-Gwen Omnibus. There is a DM variant cover, which is like an homage to the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man. On the spine, you get the Spider-Gwen logo here, and on the back, you get some variants. The cover art is from Robbi Rodriguez. Let's slide the dust jacket off and take a look at the inside of the dust jacket. On the left-hand side, you get a little bit of background on the character of Gwen in this Earth 65, her origin, her first appearance mentioned, I think, Spider-Verse 2. And then on the right hand, you get the creators. You get this nice wraparound cover, which is some of the artwork in one of the issues on the inside. It's a little lacking, in my opinion, honestly, for a wraparound cover. I think they could have done something a little better with this, but it is what it is. So I'll split it in half here, and we'll just take a look at the binding, which is nice. There's a big eye. This is a huge book, so luckily there's not a whole ton of gutter loss in this, which is always nice. Get these nice bright blue bookend pages here, and then you get a list of the issues collected and whatnot throughout the book here. So in this, you get Edge of Spider-Verse #2, Spider-Gwen 2015A 1 through 5, Spider-Gwen 2015B 1 through 34, Spider-Gwen Annual 1, All New Wolverine Annual 1, Spider-Woman Alpha and Omega Silk 2015B 7 through 8, Spider-Woman 2015 6 through 7, and Spider-Man 2016 12 through 14. So there's a ton of stuff collected in this book. You get literally the backstory of Gwen Stacy in this Earth 65 universe. So coming into this book, I knew very little about the character. I had read the couple of issues that are actually collected in this book, in the Miles Morales book, and I wasn't a huge fan of them, so I was honestly dreading reading this book once I read those. So, I figured, why not? I'll bust it open and I'll start reading it, and because I really only knew of her character from those issues there and from the stuff in the Into the Spider-Verse movies, and I wasn't looking forward to this read, but I will tell you from the jump, I absolutely loved it. I mean, something about it was just very, very good. I love the conversation. I like the character of Gwen Stacy. The only thing it's a little weird is the whole Earth 65 and the Spider-Verse stuff is I don't know, because all the characters are switched around and they're different throughout these, which is, it's cool in a way, but I love like the old school stuff that's in the 616 universe technically. What you would expect of the characters and the story and backgrounds and all that stuff. Like in this, Matt Murdock is like a scumbag lawyer for the Kingpin, and Frank Castle is a cop. He's like an asshole fucking maverick cop. So there's the weirdness with that, but getting through it, I really started to enjoy all this. I started to enjoy the Gwen character. I liked her background. When this starts out, Peter Parker is kind of like a dorky kid that like looks up to Spider-Gwen, who's Spider-Woman technically to everybody else, but she does reveal herself to like a ton of people, so I'm sure eventually, I don't read the ongoing stuff right now, but I'm sure most people know that she's Spider-Gwen at this point and not just Spider-Woman, because she literally shows her face to so many people. But Peter Parker ends up trying to mutate himself with some sort of thing he developed, and he gets into a battle with Spider-Gwen, and he ends up taking a huge amount of punishment, and when he turns back to regular Peter Parker from the Lizard, he unfortunately dies from the injuries, and Gwen is pretty beat up about that. So the Peter Parker in this Earth 65 universe is dead. So like his Uncle Ben and Aunt May are still alive, and they're like a family friend. They're like a neighbor to Gwen and her dad, George Stacy. So there's some interaction between them without this. But there's differences within the characters. Like I said, Frank Castle's different. This is pretty funny right here with the Watcher. This is the annual issue where like the Watcher's just creeping on Gwen Stacy and her band, the Mary Janes. So you get Mary Jane is in her band, and there's a little bit elements of that with her friends and whatnot throughout this book. She ends up meeting up with the all-new Wolverine here. There's some Spider-Woman and Cindy Moon Silk from, I believe, the 616. They come into Gwen's universe to kind of hang out and end up getting stuck there, and then all this craziness comes from that. That's a cool character too throughout this book. The Bodega Bandit, he pops up quite a few times in this, and he's kind of just like a shitty burglar that just like steals like corn dogs and shit from these little bodega places. In this arc here, you get Reed Richards as well in the Earth 65 universe, where he's just like a little kid and he builds them this portal out of Legos. Here's like a little homage cover to ASM 50. So eventually in this book, Gwen, she loses her powers and she ends up having to take these like isotopes or whatever, these little power boosts or something like that, to actually like have her spider powers. So that happens throughout the book. It's definitely a fun read, man. The relationship between her and Harry Osborn, which leads into some stuff later in the book. He is like the lizard man. He's like half mutated, which looks pretty cool. Some more of the Bodega Bandit here. The artwork I'm not like super crazy about. When I first started reading it, I wasn't like too much of a fan, but it grew on me. So Gwen makes a deal with Matt Murdock to kind of like save her father, basically. This is a cool issue here, man. I enjoyed this. Spider-Gwen 13. This is like a kind of like a Scooby-Doo episode like issue with Mysterio and whatnot. He's doing the usual Mysterio thing, scaring the shit out of them with their worst fears, and then in the end they kind of like take off the mask and there's like a J. Jonah Jameson underneath, and then you take off the J. Jonah mask and it's the Mysterio, which is kind of funny. So coming into here, this is where you get all of the Spider-Man Miles Morales issues is here. So these are all collected in the, I believe, volume 1 of the Miles Morales Omnibus. I'll just flip through it quickly, but it's some okay stuff here and there. There was I don't know. There were some good parts to it, and there was some stuff I didn't really enjoy too much. But so obviously when I read this again, I didn't read like any of this really. And then you can get into some stuff here where you're in Madripoor and Wolverine shows up, and Gwen's dad is awaiting his trial. He's trying to tell the truth about Spider-Woman. They end up putting his a guy who attacked him long ago as his celly in here. You get some more stuff with Wolverine. So you get a decent amount of like characters throughout this book, man. They're all like kind of different in their own way. The art, like I said, it's pretty decent. I mean, the story is great, so that definitely helps. I mean, I'm more of like a 90s style Jim Lee, McFarlane, Liefeld type guy, or even going way back in some Kirby and Ditko and all that, John Buscema. But it goes well with the story. It fits the Spider-Gwen story perfectly, so I'm definitely a fan of it. So in the back here with the bonus stuff, you get some scripts, you get some character design, some character biography. As you see there, Captain America's like a young black girl in this book, some Spider-Woman. I did enjoy the silk parts throughout this book, man, too. So Bodega Bandit there. And then you get a bunch of different variant covers in the back here. You get the Scotty Young cover, which is cool, man. I love Scotty Young stuff always. You get that McFarlane homage cover there. The like action figure covers. Bunch of great covers throughout this book. More Scotty Young stuff collected. More of them action figure variants. This omnibus here far exceeded my expectations. Oh, that great Joe Jusko right there. Great variant. I would say if you're on the fence about this book, definitely give it a shot, man. I enjoyed it a lot. Let me know what you think about this book down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.